Anyway, folks, hang on to your hats, hang on to your seats. You're about to enter true crime from a police perspective. You're about to enter the off-the-cuff zone, the police off-the-cuff zone.
There has to be some common sense.
Yes, sir. They have the car stopped at 10th and Ranch Microfighter.
We still don't know who pulled the trigger.
You know, many of you folks in the chat also bringing up the specter, of course, that Stephan Sterns will be the most hated inmate inside. Right now, he's in jail. He's not in prison because he's not convicted, right? He'll be the most hated inmate inside that jail because people can are charged even with crimes like this. Not popular amongst the inmate population. City of Kissimmee PD. This was just the other day. This meme you see on the screen. Shortly after Madeline Soto's disappearance, several disturbing images and videos were found on Stephan Sterns' phone. The City of Kissimmee Police Department quickly arrested Sterns, who remains in custody with the Osceola County Department of Corrections on no bond. The investigation revealed images and videos depicting criminal acts. The Kissimmee Police Department provided this evidence to the state attorney's office, which found cause to file the following charges. And of course, there's the charges that we just previously read to everyone. You know, my big problem with this is that, and what a lot of us in the true crime community, content creators, audience members, people that follow this, we're getting impatient, but we have no right to get impatient because the police are doing their job, and they're doing a great job because they're taking their time. And one of the ways I know they're doing a fantastic job is nothing has leaked. Nothing has leaked out about the investigation. Nothing has leaked out about the autopsy. Nothing has leaked out about the potential toxicology report that usually takes from 6 to 8 weeks to come out. None of those things have leaked out. So that means that the police are doing a fantastic job. So the state attorney general's office filed 60 new charges against Madeline Soto's mother's boyfriend. And this was on Tuesday. He's not yet been charged with the murder of the 13-year-old, despite law enforcement's belief that he allegedly moved a body which was found in rural Osceola County on March 1st, several days after she was reported missing. Sterns remains in custody at the Osceola County Jail. He was arrested on February 28th and charged with sexual battery and possession of child sex abuse material. Sterns was arrested by the Orange County Sheriff's Office, but was transferred to Osceola County, the county which he resides in. Everything we know about Madeline Soto's disappearance murder investigation, the 36-page affidavit highlights 60 new charges, and I'm not going to go over them again, but you can actually pull up this 40-page document online, and it outlines what he's being charged with. The document doesn't name a victim. The document doesn't name, but does include a date range of how long Sterns has allegedly been in possession of graphic materials or when the alleged abuse started, June 19th, 2019. That range tops out on February 26, 2024, the day Madeline Soto was last seen. A previous affidavit from the Kissimmee Police Department said that Sterns performed a factory reset on his phone on that day. there's some new details that Stephan Sterns may have abused Madeline Soto years before her disappearance and death, according to the affidavit. While it remains unclear who the victim or victims are, if one of them was Madeline Soto, she would have been 8 years old when the alleged crimes began. This is just even more horrific. We're hearing this. The affidavit said Sterns was in a position of familial or custodial authority when he allegedly committed a handful of these sexual batteries. It also remains unclear exactly how many images Sterns was allegedly in possession of, but each count says he was in possession of 10 or more images. It gets more graphic, and I'm not going to read the whole thing. Just suffice it to say that these are horrific charges. I don't think that we could even invent something that is this bad. This guy, when you see his picture this was from his Facebook page, and this clown used to work at Disney World, and so even in that position, he had access even to more children. And my question always is, in cases like this, how many other victims does this guy have? There's bound to be way more than Madeline Soto.
Stephan Sterns will never get out of jail if convicted of the 60 new charges filed against him this week.
Yeah, that is what a former officer turned professor says about the lead suspect in 13-year-old Madeline Soto's death. WashU's Megan Mulatto found out why there is still no charge specifically for her death.
No matter what, he's not getting out of jail.
Professor of Forensic Studies at Florida Gulf Coast University, David Thomas, says if Stephan Sterns is convicted, he will never see a day outside a jail cell.
Originally, they charged him, I think it was 1 or 2 charges in the very beginning. And that's fine because they got him off the phone. And so now what they've done is they've done a complete forensic analysis. There's no doubt in my mind that's exactly what they did. And he has recorded almost every incident that he had.
Sterns is the lead suspect in the death of 13-year-old Madeline Soto. He was arrested for several charges, including sexual battery with a child, after detectives found pictures and videos on his phone. Then they found more evidence, leading the state attorney's office to file 60 new charges against him Monday, including 40 counts of unlawful possession of materials depicting sexual performance by a child and 8 counts of sexual battery on a child under 12. The charges, enough to be sentenced to life in prison if convicted.
Capital felonies means that he'll face life, he'll be in prison for life. And there's no doubt in my mind they have the evidence to secure, to make those charges, they have the evidence to support that.
Thomas says now the question is life in prison or the death penalty if Sterns is charged with Madeline's murder. He says there's likely already enough circumstantial evidence to charge Sterns with murder, but he thinks detectives with Kissimmee Police want to make sure their case is sealed.
Is give law enforcement and give the medical examiner's office an opportunity to do their job, because it takes time to do a great forensic analysis. Is they want to make sure that justice is served and served properly.
In Kissimmee,